Mm, mm, mm. It's that time once again. Yes, hello. It's your boy Zak Zyz. Another morning out here on these streets. Mm. Last night, a bunch of people decided to burn down Fort Greene. If I had known that they were burning down Fort Greene, I would have gone over there to see them burn down Fort Greene. But I did not. All right, hold up. Let me get this sent out to the masses. Yeah, there we go. Well, we're on day number 36. Here, hold on. Let me. Not that. There. Let me just have a dog whilst I'm doing this. Put the you know what in the you know where. Oh god, just type day 356. It feels like it. Because it takes a long time to edit these books. And we're at 291 of 645 pages. Okay. Can't even fucking type right at the moment. There we go. Now I can begin. There we go. We did a little work in the studio today. We have a new setup for playing this. I always talk about this dumb Rapasaurus game, but uh, and the worst part about it too is that every time I work on this game, I make it simpler and simpler and simpler, to the point where the fucking rules explanation that I have for the game currently is literally like I can tell it to you in about 2 sentences. Right? So after like fucking around with all these different systems for years and being like, oh, we got this thing or that thing or whatever, people are gonna come through and it'll just be like, that's what you worked on for that really long time. I don't know, man. Like the simplest things are the hardest to get to, and also like I'm fucking around a tremendous amount, not really working on it super hard or whatever. And I can say that about everything in my life that isn't fucking writing these books. I used to do just like tons of shit. Like I was painting, DJing, writing, doing all this other, like a fucking dynamo over here. But I would just do like about an equal amount of all of them. And then as I wrote more and 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 more, and like now, like millions of words written over a extensive writing career. I just don't have that much mojo for everything else. You know what I mean? Which is just something that you got to consider. All you fucking polyglots and polyamorous polymaths out there. Eventually, everybody I think specializes. Or they just get nowhere. They get like halfway in 5 different directions. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy that I chose this one. So Andrew Otterston says, why am I awake so early? I just, I fucking trained I used to be that I woke up at like 5 a.m. every morning because I would have to be at work at 9 o'clock. And I wanted to get a bunch of editing done. And I did that for so long. We worked on this novel starting in December of last year. And every morning I woke up at like 5 a.m. and we didn't miss a single day. And it took 90 or 100 days or whatever to edit that book. And that book was called Gravid. And it's I'm still gravid with that book. I'll never be able to get it out. But anyhow, so we did that for so fucking long that now I can't not wake up at 5 a.m. I would have to be like super drunk to sleep later than maybe like 5 or 6 p.m. I don't think I've slept past 7 a.m. since we started working on that edit, which is that's a rough one. But yeah, that's why I'm up so early. And I just have like a little preamble talking about what the fuck ever, and then we're gonna do some editing here. Usually we get through about 9 pages a day, and then am I on the? Yeah, I'm on the right profile. Cool. And slowly, you know, if you look at so about 9 pages a day, and we're gonna get 300 today. And once we hit about 322 or 323, we'll be halfway through the edit of this book. And editing is not easy, as you'll see as we go through the whole thing. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good morning. That your police car didn't get burned down in Fort Greene last night. Yeah, they burned up 2 police cars because they're mad about this George Floyd dude getting murdered. Which, you know, I could see being mad over it. That guy didn't deserve to get fucking murdered. The cop that strangled him to death with his knee. Is that even an accurate fucking statement of facts there? He fucking squeezed the life out of him with his knee. Oh, greetings from ATL. Shit. Oh, what's going down in the worst? I seen Killer Mike came out to address the peoples of Atlanta out there. There are a lot of recording artists from Atlanta that I'm a big fan of right there. I like that STS down there. And I'm from New Orleans originally there. Like, not born there, but that's where I spent the most time growing up. So as soon as I start thinking about it, I'll start talking all fucking, trying to nigga $32 for an oil change. I don't know. So let's not do that. But yeah, it's fucked up down there. It's way more fucked up in Atlanta than it is right here. In, I guess, Fort Greene Park, like a bunch of people tried to gather at the Barclays Center, and they told them to get the fuck out because we just built the Barclays Center, although it looks like a rusty shit heap, and so it's still nice there. So they all went to Fort Greene Park and burned up a police car. It's like a cop van and so forth. The real tragedy is that this restaurant I like closed down in Fort Greene Park. No, it's probably the murder, not the restaurant that I like being closed. But I digress. So the story actually takes place here in New York in Hell's Kitchen. And the next section is going to be about them trying to escape Manhattan through the Holland Tunnel. I believe there was a movie about this, starring Sylvester Stallone or whatever. When did that fucking come out? You know what I'm talking about? There's that movie where they're like caught in one of the tunnels and bombs going off left and right. I think it came out the same year as Jurassic Park, so everybody was just like, fuck that, I'm gonna go see Jurassic Park. Or maybe that was Cliffhanger that they faced off against Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park was just dope. When you were, I don't know how to explain it to some of you youngins out there, and you old people too, but if you were a kid when that shit came out, and you like loved dinosaurs when you were young, Jurassic Park was like, what the fuck? And the toys that came out with it, it was the first time where they were really doing a good job with this sort of latex rubber dino skin, and you were like, what the fuck is this? Because you were like, that's what a dinosaur skin felt like. Now we know that they're just big ass birds, so you could have just grabbed a hold of a raw chicken, had a better idea of what their skin was probably all about. But let's move on, shall we? I'm no Johnny Carson with this monologue. I've been watching a lot of Johnny Carson recently, actually. Just trying to figure out what made his talk show so successful over the years. And then, you know, there's fucking Johnny Carson. He's inherently entertaining. I don't know what, I think, if you really think about it, you look at that guy, nobody's ever tired of looking at Johnny Carson or listening to what he has to say. I think everybody just kind of inherently likes the guy. And he just turned that into one of the greatest entertainment careers of all time. And it was kind of I was watching a clip of his monologue bombing fucking hard, right? The jokes were just real bad that night. A bunch of like jokes where the punchline was that people would be out Christmas shopping and the audience was just like, ugh. And watching him like die on stage, and you could see it wasn't affecting him, but he was funny and graceful as he was bombing. And like one of the comments was like, I'd rather watch fucking Johnny Bomb than about half these comedians out there today. Like, fucking kill it. And there's kind of a truth to it. Like, the grace in failure was really endearing. And, paradoxically, he became he was successful in his monologue. Like, people came away from that monologue feeling entertained, and they just liked him better. So there's something to be learned from failing with grace. I am up. But yeah, that's what's running through my mind at the moment. All right, so this is a story of a bunch of drunks at a dive bar called the Pits in Hell's Kitchen, who wake up one morning with superpowers that they didn't ask for, don't deserve, and certainly cannot control. And I'm Zak Zyz. This is Lemon Maybe and the Electric Lady by Zak Zyz. Chapter 36, Holland Closer, 2.5, 5:55 p.m., Midtown. What if I get onto the plane and he makes me hijack it? Oh, this is not a good sentence. Well, that's good. It's good to feel useful here because this sentence is dog shit. All right, what do we got, Trey? What if I get on the plane and he how can we make this a little bit better here? When did they build that fucking Apple store? And the fucked up thing is, it's gonna be hard to find this. New York landmark. Back in bigger than ever. Maybe like Wikipedia. Large and useless open plaza. Prehistory of. Alright, so we actually have to do this. November 2003. Well, that's great. That is fucking stupid. So it looks like, this story is taking place in October of 2004. When was the original iMac release date? 1990. Okay, cool. So they had iMacs back then. Yeah, it's fucking thrilling to have this fact checking going on here. "2006, fuck." Let's see. Tyson's Corner. Oh, yeah, they just didn't have fucking Apple stores at that time. Date of the first store was in 2001 in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. No, we'll just get the reopening ones. Every Apple store. Compile a list of every Apple store in the United States. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think it opened until 2006. It's a shame because this scene is definitely written in the well. I'll tell you what we don't do anywhere in the story is we don't specify a date wherever. So maybe it is 2006. I've been writing it as if it's 2004, but yeah, I don't think that I can. No, I never want to get fucking notifications from Business Insider. There we go. So we can declare that the store opened in 2004 if we wanted to have. We could totally do that. But one of the important things is that this is it's not a work like it's a work of fantasy per se, but so far we've been relatively consistent with events in actual reality. Like there's an attack on the World Trade Center in this book, and there haven't been any other divergences. So if you're doing alternate reality or whatever, you need some relatively big events to specify, or you need to have clued the reader in by this point. Hey, this is not the Earth that you know and love, and that point is not 300 pages into the story. Then it just reads as like inaccuracy, like lazy writing for the most part. So yeah, we could declare that it opened in 2004, but it's easier to just say this is 2006 when this is happening. We're allowed minor fudges. It's not laziness. The thing about it is, I would really caution against that because the type of people who read my work are huge fucking nerds, and so we try to get every single little detail accurate there. Because anytime a nerd is like, I wonder if that's really there, they'll do the exact same thing I did. I was like, tap, Google. It shows here that it happened at 2006. You rube, and then I'm not reading my fucking book any longer. You know, we're talking about 0.5% of the population where they would potentially give a shit. But I want to reach those people too. You know, like that's what we're editing. Might as well try and get it right here. So, basically, if it's 2006, I think it was like 2007 the iPhone 1 came out. Not the iPhone 5. When did iPhone 1 come out? Not till 2011. All right, yeah. Oh, that's 4S. That's totally wrong. Yeah, 2007 was when that came out there. God, you had 4 gigabytes of space on that thing back in the day. That's $500. I remember getting one of those. I fucking love those iPhones. Uncle. Yeah, I mean, normally I would just fucking agree with you, like on any other book, but this one, I really want this one to succeed. So I'm giving it everything that I've got right here. Um, I think his name's San Juan. Um, San Jose, not San. Yeah. 2 tickets to SJO. Oh, okay. Courtesy. Oh, wow. Courtesy is so. Yeah. Gerlad. What is SJO? Juan Santa Maria Airport. I like that, yeah. Alajuela. Central Valley, north of San Jose. I gotta get down there at some point. Maybe I should just go now. Fucking leave tonight. Uh, let's make it so it's 6 o'clock. No, it's yeah, monitor indeed should not be In fact, this whole it's weird. I went to automatically capitalize it again. Yeah, so I went to automatically capitalize that guy once more, uh, for some reason, and maybe it's because of the weird. Matthew freezes in front of the iMac monitor. There's a confirmation window popped up. It's perfect. Let's make this happen immediately. A confirmation window pops up, declaring his purchase was successful. 2 tickets from Newark to Juan Santa Maria Airport, leaving at 9:06 p.m. tonight. There we go. Now I can spell courtesy right. For once in my life. Much better. Yeah. It's funny how just like these little mistakes will like sometimes pull my attention to the fact that a line needs to change, right? So let's see how long does it take? 20 hours. What the fuck? Via Houston. Yeah, it's a 5-hour flight. Uh, depart. Choose your flying speed, takeoff and landing. Oh wow, that's kind of a neat. Okay, so and then they would just be that to me looks like they would still they'd either be in Central Time or still in Eastern Time, so it would still be dark when they showed up there. Let's see, it's a 2,000-mile flight. I've been looking into whether Santa Maria is good Spanish accent placement, and apparently it can be. I learned something today. Yeah, don't take any Spanish cues from me. Like I know less than like a 4-year old child. Ugh, that's a tough one. But yeah, so the accent placement is just copied directly from Wikipedia. So yeah, hopefully they got it right. Let's work a little on this sentence right here. Matthew considered buying first class tickets since his father is unwittingly paying, but he realized. I wonder if this construct is worth shoehorning in here. All right, let's take a look at this new paragraph. What if he makes me crash the plane? I don't like that sentence. Oh, also, what if he? What if he takes control of me while we're on the plane? Matthew freezes in front of the iMac monitor. A confirmation window pops up, declaring his purchase was successful. 2 tickets from Newark to Juan Santa Maria Airport, departing at 9:06 p.m. tonight, courtesy of Gerald's Amex. Okay, cool. Better. Better. All right. 2 tickets from Newark to Juan Santa Maria Airport, courtesy of Gerald's Amex. It's a direct flight, departing at 9:06 p.m. tonight. But it's a bad, bad idea to draw attention to himself the day after he shot down a jetliner. Matthew has a vision of his hands locked on the controls. Look at all these like little half-written sentences. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's 12 miles from Chinatown to fucking EWR. It's a short ass fucking. Well, that's the drive right now. 20 minutes? That seems insane. That should be like 4 hours. Oh, yeah. I just really need to have that reference to fucking Christian Slater all up in this motherfucker. I watched that movie back in the day. All right, hold on. Some mass voicing event is happening in LRH. The fuck is going on like that? Oh my god. Hold on, let's just refresh the whole fucking deal. Let's... All right, so yeah, I think somebody's just mass fucking voicing. I don't know why. What the fuck does that even mean? Is this just to fail so badly that there is brilliance in failure? Uh, the phrase itself is meaningless. The title of the film repeatedly refers to a gibberish statement skater Gary Davis made in a Thrasher magazine interview. Oh, love it. Yeah, I love it. Fuck. Matthew shakes his head, trying to get the thought out, but it's dug in like a tick. Yeah. There we go. But it digs in like a tick. At the moment, Matthew. At the moment. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Apple Maps existed at that point there, so it would definitely be Google Maps. Google Maps. Hmm. Well, let me not do that again. That was annoying. I could put MapQuest. People still fucking did that back in the day. Boy, that really makes it a period piece. Hold on, when did that even start? No, not the fucking website. I don't. Nobody wants to go to your fucking. Look at this. It crashes Safari. Uh. Uh. Launched in 1996. There we go. Yeah, so it's a period piece in previously 2004. Now it has to be at least 2006. Yeah, so let's do MapQuest. To what extent? To what extent that everything should be consistent with that era of like 2004 to 2006? Like world events should correspond. Technology should be the same. Yeah, nothing should fucking break that immersion. So that's what we're trying to do, at least. All right, hold on. It's important that I see what Stratum tweeted. Oh shit! Oh, that's amazing. It's a picture of a protester kicking back a tear gas canister, and the caption is, "Can he kick it? Yes, he can." Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad I clicked on that. He just boots that fucker back. Strange times in New York City. All right, so So it's 13 miles from EWR to Chinatown. Oh, okay, cool. And no, god damn it. All right, here, hold on. So it's actually 10 miles from the center of okay, so it's like 10 miles to the center of EWR. And then so it's 12 miles to JFK. Last I heard, the rioters here were attacking the Amazon spheres. What the Amazon has spheres? What are they, like orgone generators for Bezos? Hold on, let's take a look. Amazon spheres are 3 spherical conservatories. Oh, I haven't seen these motherfuckers. What? Those are dope. Who the fuck would attack those? They're conservatories too. Man, why are they attacking them spheres? Look at that's a rad fucking design. So October 28th, 3 spherical conservatories in Seattle, Washington. Yeah, you know, like attacking the Amazon spheres. Let's see if that's true. Attack of the spheres. So there were protests there. It's a biodome office. I don't see anything here, but I 100% believe you. No. Break windows, clash with police and rallies, sparked by the death of George Floyd. These people just, like a lot of these people just felt like fucking rioting, honestly. And I want to contrast how the media portrayed like all those fat hillbillies that were protesting that they couldn't get a haircut, where there's like the sneering and whatever. But now the tone is like, oh yeah, it's absolutely their civic duty to run out there and you know, spread the virus in the middle of this pandemic. It's so dumb. It's bad. It's bad, nigga. All right, hold up. I don't know. Those spears look cool as fuck to me. But yeah. Yeah, I really like that. I like that. I just like the that Q-Birdie Isoka Suka. Like I don't even know what someone from architecture.com reviewed the spheres. Fuck off out of here, reviewing a building. They aren't as big as they look. We can see the people there. They look like they're way bigger than those fucking spheres in front of those Chicago spheres that thoughts are always taking pictures of. All right, Amazon spheres. Seattle spheres. Learn about the building. 2013. So they built some models. Curved glass buildings filled with tall trees. And the ground broke it. The steel structure is complete. Okay, so it's a steel internal structure, and then they have glass panels. Oh, it's got to be such a bitch to replace that glass. There's a big ass tree inside. They have living walls. This is so cool. That's amazing. Yeah, like don't break the fucking spheres. You know, the thing that bothers me the most about that kind of shit is I don't see these protesters building any giant ecospheres and shit like that. Why don't they all get together and build a giant effigy of white supremacy and then burn it. They could have it standing with its arms out like this in kind of like a T shape. No, I should be fucking real with it. I understand exactly why people are pissed off at the moment. It's just, I'm not going out there to fucking loot. I've never liked looting. And I have had multiple opportunities to loot in my life, and I've never fucking done it. It just, I don't like the whole looty shooty type bullshit. It's fucking garbage. Ugh. Protesting. I also don't think protesting is spectacularly effective. I think it. But I have to admit, violent protesting is often politically effective. So I don't know. You know, I'm just not a fan of the situation. But I don't think anybody's a fan of the situation. I'm sure that guy wasn't a huge fan of having some policeman murder him in like a grotesque way on camera. Ugh. I'm never gonna get through this chapter though if I only think about current events. Fuck. All right, that's better. What was he? 8 years old? 8 or 9. What was he? 8 years old? He must have been 8 because 9 was the year his folks split up. Costa Rica was the last trip they took together. Matthew remembers the tour guide who called him Senor. The beaches with the turquoise water, the jungle growing right up to the dunes. And the parrot that landed on his shoulder and ate pieces of apple right out of his hand. That's still his favorite picture of him ever. That's still his favorite picture. Matthew ought to go somewhere he hasn't been before. Somewhere untraceable. You shouldn't even be flying. Matthew shouldn't even be flying. The tickets leave a trail that can be followed. All right, and just to, in case this ever becomes super famous and people are mad at me for calling Nebraska and Kansas shithole states, what the fuck is that? Hold up. Okay. So just for a second, it sounded like one of those Truckosaurus type machines that they have at monster truck rallies was just devouring a car outside, which would have been awesome. But sadly, it was just a garbage truck. I know. It's a fucking bummer. I want fucking... Honestly, like, so I'm a little sad that Amazon didn't come to New York. It would have been probably kind of shitty for the city. Like, we don't need all that extra whatever here, but we would have been able to get shit from Amazon so much faster, which would have been dope. And then maybe they would have covered the fucking landscape with their weird soul-stealing spheres. And, you know, you can just go right in, take the mark of the beast, walk right out, get on with your day. Be awesome. Sadly, 'tis not to be. Alas. Yeah, I don't know what it is. This morning, my mind is just too full of memories. So editing goes slow. But we will get through this fucking chapter. Or die trying. Matthew shouldn't even be flying. Yeah, yeah. So I hear you. Where it's like non-specific there. So we're trying to like make it so he doesn't even fucking look at it. He's just like, yeah, you know what I mean? He's just, someone is anxious for their turn on the computer. Matthew flips the bird, not even looking back to see who it is. He hopes they say something, hopes they give him an excuse. That I like, yeah. I got you got the logic. Well, here, let's try it like this, right? There's a tutting sound behind him. Someone is anxious for their turn on the computer. Matthew flips the bird, not even looking back to see who it is. He's hoping they say something. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, I do. I like the idea. Yeah, I think you're right there. I'll give you a point for that thing because I think like having something that's gender non-specific is problematic there. Oh, let me hold on. Let me see what the 2006 IMAX looks like. Okay, cool. Uh, yeah, so they were white back then. Yeah. So late 2006 was this white one. I think I have one of these somewhere in my apartment, honestly. I didn't pay for it. Uh, yeah, things are pieces of shit. That is indeed. If you're wondering where the semicolon should go, it doesn't. We just don't use it. No semicolons. Never. There's a tutting sound behind Matthew. Someone is anxious for their turn on the computer. There's a tutting sound. Someone is anxious for their turn on the computer. Tutters. Punctuated with a semicolon, but not a... Yeah, it's true in standard written English, but stylistically, I almost never want to have semicolons. I just... when I'm reading a book and I see a semicolon, and this is like purely a fiction thing. This is not appropriate in like writing a term paper or anything like that. But when I see a semicolon, like reading stops and like, why is that fucking there? You know, I really feel like this is a punctuation mark that will soon expire, because I don't think almost anybody under the age of 25 knows how to use one for the most part. I think it's going the way of what other? There are some other fucking grammatical constructs which definitely will not survive this decade. Oh shit! I wondered why we haven't been seeing from Skip Hugh Donahue or whatever there, and it turns out that Mixer is unable to connect. I have to reconnect it to our Restream profile. Yesterday I said that such sentences should be, split in two, and that's actually, hold on. Yeah, those, they absolutely should be split in two. We want to avoid it in general. Even though it was Lemon, and like Lemon might be kind of rambling with his narrative and so forth, much better to have like those clip short sentences. And if we get this edited by the guy that edited Space Tard, you will see in this novel probably about 1,000 instances where he will break up my sentences. Really and truly, like maybe more than 1,000 instances where he'll just like 2 or 3 a page. That's fucking crazy. Maybe not quite that. So I guess that's a. Wow, I really tried hard to make that fucking happen. Look at all these. God, we really. It was a fat guy. There was a shiny white bezel. Rioting in San Jose. Tutting is like, tut tut. It's like an English one there. Keep it if you want to be smart. It's a mistake that a lot of people make to assume that if they don't know a word, it's not in common parlance or it just sounds highfalutin or whatever there. But in this case, tutting is like exactly the word that you want. You should add it to your arsenal. Let me see videos. So Oaks got flashbanged and gassed, and then he's going to smoke some chronic weed after rioting in San Jose. Man, I fucking used to love hitchhiking up to San Jose and dancing with Vietnamese girls in nightclubs. I was like fucking, what was I, like 17 years old at the time? That's ridiculous. God, fucking rioting. I'm glad I'm armed to the fucking teeth right here. And all my guns is legal. You come through here. Good God. And I'm going to have the Nest Cam video of me like, halt, who goes there? Identify yourself. Blam, 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 blam. That's exactly how that shit will go down. Fucking be tried by the UCMJ. God. No, it's actually like, there's nothing fucking in here but a bunch of techno shit anyway. Might as well rob a store. It's fucking wilding out. Yeah, they were rioting in Fort Greene over here. This is the last place I would have expected people to fucking riot. Burning up police cars and shit like that. I guess I should really fucking... Yeah, we probably have to do like a live stream tonight on the... Maybe I'll see if the motorcycle can fucking handle... Yeah, that's what... I'm going to see if I can rig up the motorcycle to where I can fucking stream. And then maybe we'll do that tonight. Now, it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to do it. Can I do that without shattering my fucking telephone? I'm gonna need some rubber bands if I want to make it happen. I'm thinking about ways that we can fucking do it. It'd be real shaky. I've got a chest mount where I could mount the camera. Yeah, maybe I'll fucking do that. Has like a chest mount to it. I wonder if those new GoPros are actually any fucking good at streaming. Because I've got a helmet gimbal that one could work with. Yeah, I guess it's fucking. I mean, if they're gonna be rioting tonight, then we should drive the motorcycle over there and fucking put up like whips and chains and shit like that. Yeah, I could fucking get out, like road warrior it up. Do I want to die though? The problem that I have here is that I don't want to fucking die before I finish this book, and we've only gotten through 2 pages today. I never get anything done on Saturday morning. I didn't even do a show last night. I just didn't fucking feel up to it. Let me see. The cops had all non-lethal ammo. Got all geared up. I was rioting, and I wouldn't have seen it. New York COVID shit is fine. That's not over. Got like 100 fucking people a day catching this shit. Ooh. Yeah, like I just the other fucking day I drove by the temporary morgues that they got out on what is it, in Brownsville or whatever. These big fucking tents to hold all the bodies. All of New York State had 98 deaths yesterday. Well, deaths. I'm talking about new cases. But yeah. I don't know. We're still fucking worried about this shit out here. You know, everybody's masked on. You know, it's fucking wilding out. Like the worst part about this shit is, well, let me not get into that. But it's not appropriate for a family-friendly editing stream like this one right here. Matthew shouldn't even be flying. The tickets will leave a trail that could be followed. He ought to buy a bus ticket with cash. He ought to buy a bus ticket with cash and flee to some shithole state like Nebraska or Kansas. Somewhere Gerald will never think to look for him. But on some really stupid level, he knows that has to be Costa Rica. It's the last place he can remember being happy. So that's when he was 9 years old. As of the time of this writing, Matthew was 15. So that's 6. No, he was 8 years old in the story. So 7 years of being miserable. Written in one line. New York was at 1,000 deaths a day for a minute, mainly NY City alone. Yeah, like this shit is still going on over here. You know, people still catching that shit. Streets still ain't fucking safe over here. You know, we were kind of like the epicenter, and you know, it's gonna take a long fucking time to die out. You know, a lot of my friends are just not gonna come back to New York until like next year, right? Offices not fucking open, schools not doing anything until September 1st. Shit is fucking wild. And every time I get a fucking headache, right? I'm like, oh shit, I've got that fucking Rona. And like, if you haven't had it yet, then like, you just have that dread hanging over you because nobody knows if you're going to be one of the ones where their lungs just fucking shut down. I mean, as unlikely as it is, it fucking sucks to think about. Yeah, this is... China really didn't do us any fucking favors here, coming up with this bullshit. You know, why didn't they invent a new kind of TikTok or some shit like that, you know? But I guess that's just, you know... Well, at least we can't say they never invent anything, you know? This is a brand new one. Nah, I haven't gotten fucking tested yet. I want to go to a doctor's office if I can help it. But I probably oughta. Yeah, I'm sick of fucking wondering. That's a good idea. At least I don't have to get tested for VD because I'm not getting any trim. That's probably why I'm like so insane. By the way, I thought I should be fucking dead and in hell by now. But yeah. Oh, they got mail order tests? That's not a bad idea. I mean, how much of that is just fucking, how much of those are actual tests and how much is just fucking, you know, smoke and mirrors and shit? Google Pixel by LabCorp. Mail order to your door, free return shipping. All right, yeah. Isn't it like a huge pain in the ass to swab the back of your own fucking throat? I mean, I can do it. You know. Like, no gag reflex whatsoever. Summer camp. That's not actually true. But somebody can clip that. Besides, Gerald's probably too drunk right now to look for his shoes. Yeah, look at that. It's weird. The Oaks just brought up fucking San Jose here in the States, and we've been writing about San Jose fucking all the time. Yeah, the swab goes into your nose all the way back. You can't do it yourself. Oh, so they don't do the back of the throat swab anymore. Yeah, I know that they were working on developing one where you just rub the tip of your dick gently around the tester's anus. So I could do that one. Although, can you really, like, just stop there? I never do. But, 2 inches in my nostril, and that was all the instructions. Tests were done in early April, and they were not fun. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll probably just go to like a fucking, I don't know, 2 inches into my nostril. Can I fucking do that? I feel like I'm gonna like poke a hole in my brain, and all the brilliant's gonna come out. He's just like this. I was like, hey, it was empty all along. Yeah, maybe the real Pulitzer was the friends we made along the way. Watch the video where you see the $0. Huh. Huh. Oh yeah, I'm still working on that whole paragraph, folks. Like it's still work in progress right here. Let's take a look at the iPod release history. What versions of this motherfucker do they have? So this would have been, when did, so he would have been around a fourth generation. Oh, it would have been the iPod Color. If it's 2006, then he would have gotten the fifth generation USB. Oh, I remember when the USB ones came out. I think I had one of those. Let me see. He wouldn't have gotten a shuffle though. Oh, the fucking Nano would have just come out. Yeah. That's what Thirsty would go for. He'd get the fucking Nano. You remember this shit? Way back in the day. The Mini would have been. Would he have gotten a shuffle? When did the shuffle come? No, the shuffle was. Oh yeah, yeah. Thirsty just wants the shuffle. There we go. It's 4 a.m. Got to say good night. Yeah, good night there. Thank you for the help there. Dropped it in the box, and it was done in a couple of days. But yeah, like, yeah. This book is particularly more so than like some of the other ones. This shit is all me. Like this is how I see New York. Yeah, really like pouring my heart out on the fucking stage right here. Apple. Yeah. Wait, a Mighty Mouse? Yeah, I remember this fucking thing. God, look at this history of these. All right, do they have the table of the history? The Magic Mouse. When did that come out? That's 2000. Yeah, I remember those coming out. Funk is not a capital F. All right, let's give Oaks a point. There we go. Let me give that. Thirsty spots Matthews from 2 tables away and hurries over, grinning like a fool. He's telling Matthew about all the stuff he picked out, a MacBook, an iPod Shuffle, and a Mighty Mouse. There we go. Let's see. Take 2. Yeah, that was a fucking thing that they had there. Mighty Mouse. Oh, fucking nonsense. There we go. Matthew's never seen him so ecstatic. Matthew peeled off $3,000 from the stack and told him to go nuts. When they arrived, Matthew peeled off $3,000 from the stack and told him to go nuts. I like it. Oh yeah, we're keeping Mighty Mouse. Yeah, I mean it's like, one, it sounds stupid, and then two, it establishes the periodicity, which is not a word. It establishes when in time this is happening, because there's a very specific time and place where people have Mighty Mice, and where they would actually say that shit, and where it was a thing that people wanted to have, and then it became Magic Mouse and all this other shit. And like the reason why we're using Apple stuff instead of PC stuff is, one, like at that time, that's what like people wanted and so forth. And two, like people have an emotional reaction to that gear in a way that people don't feel about their fucking like 2006 era Dell Vostro or whatever the fuck. Really weird when you think about it. Like the computer hardware that people care about is the stuff that evokes this emotional response in people, and that's what they'll remember and relate to. Not so much their fucking, corny ass Lenovo or whatever. All right. Yo, man, it's okay if I'm like couple hundred over. Fuck it. Hell yeah. There's more where that came from. Thirsties, I can't believe this is happening. All right, so that's not in quotes right there. That's italicized. It's both italicized and it's hyphenated. Ooh. And there's an exclamation point. Man, we're really wilding out here. Yeah. Thirsties, I can't believe this is happening. Smile is easily worth $300. Cool. The Zen player or the creative, I had like a fucking Mambo X, and then I destroyed it by leaving it on top of a giant keyboard amplifier that fucking wiped it. Yeah, like the whole screen was degaussed and everything. It was really dumb. And then I wound up buying like an iPod way back in the day. Yeah, my whole life was just a whirl of buying like computer shit that I don't really need. He already had everything. He just didn't know it until it was too late. Matthew doesn't buy anything for himself. His Xbox and laptop are in his backpack already. He has plenty of clothes. Oh yeah, I was already deleting that. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely like a whole chapter I needed to rewrite. Matthew doesn't buy anything for himself. His Xbox and laptop are in his backpack. Mm-hmm. Matthew doesn't buy anything for himself. His own MacBook is still pretty new. It's in his backpack with his iPod and the headphones they swiped from Canal Street. He already had everything. He just didn't know it until it was too late. Cool. Better. So I want to have a throwback to the fact that they stole those headphones on Canal Street. Why the shit does he? Because I mean, they're going to Costa. I know. Like a lot of people speak English in Costa Rica, but there's still a lot of Spanish flying around down there. Oh, they're going to Costa Rica, not to fucking San Jose in California. By the way, I don't know if that's where the confusion is at. Let me make sure that Thirsty isn't babbling earlier. Oh. The fuck really happened in Barnes and Noble? Matthew remembers the feeling, the crazy strength out of nowhere, the hot tearing inside of him. Crazy strength out of nowhere, hot tearing inside him, cleaning the blood out from under his nails on the F train with a Swiss Army knife. The wages. All right, so the wages of shoddy writing is suffering in the editing room right there. Like, I am paying a price right now for not knowing how to write when I originally. And I did a rewrite of this fucking chapter. I was just lazy with it. And the thing about writing is, like, eventually you do have to pay for all of your sins. And if you don't pay, it's not a good book. Like, if there's no editor to take you to task or whatever, your book fucking sucks. So I'm paying right now for the egregious sins that I have committed, and I'm willing to pay that price. But holy shit, how long have we been doing this edit for? Like, it's only been an hour, but it feels like an 8-hour workday already. Ooh, I don't know if Swiss Army knife is all capitalized. Okay, yeah. Matthew remembers the feeling of Duchamp's riding inside his skull. Crazy, inhuman strength out of nowhere. Hot wires tearing up his insides, cleaning the blood from under his nails. Going feral with hot wires tearing up his insides, cleaning the blood from under his nails in the F train with his. So, Flug says, don't swear. I don't know that I'm going to take that edit for this book, to tell you the truth. I think that there is probably a curse word on every other page in this book. Really and truly. But, yeah, I don't think that we can get away with not cursing in our noir piece about New York City. Just a thought. Oh shit! I see Big Eraser in the chat. Let me holler at him. I just had to let somebody know about a broadcast that I would be doing, and remembered one of my favorite lines from UHF. There's like a lot of quotable things in UHF, and I may be outing myself as a huge fucking geek for saying this, but one of the lines in it is "Broads don't belong in broadcasting." Ugh. It's a dumb movie. I don't know. Weird Al's a real one. What can you say? hold on. There used to be a bookstore. Yeah, up near, what was this one? Barnes and Noble, West Sider, Shakespeare and Co. I've been there. Shake and Co. June 29th, textbook rentals. How long has that been there? 1951. Cool. How many blocks is it actually? All right. Takeout and delivery. 220 Broadway. Man, you fucking suck. Yeah, so it would be the Broadway location. Maybe the Lex one is the original. Yeah. But if they're in Harlem, yeah, they're walking down the east side almost for sure. So Shakespeare and Co. is on 69th Street, and then the Barnes and Noble is on fucking like 44th Street. So simple math would, yeah, let's just say 30 blocks. Boom. On the way down, they stopped at Shakespeare and Co. to buy a couple of English-Spanish dictionaries. Spanish-English dictionaries. Yeah, I think he would say Spanish-English. Matthew waited on the street. Even though it was a completely different bookstore 30 blocks away from Barnes & Noble, Matthew was scared to go inside. Matthew was scared to go inside. He was afraid the ghost might show up and want its money back. Alright, I like that better. They head for the checkout line. Matthew keeps drifting off as Thirsty babbles about video card RAM. The fuck really happened yesterday? Oh, wait, this wasn't yesterday. This was earlier today. Yeah, this just fucking happened, right? Yeah, this... Yeah, this happened today. What the fuck really happened this afternoon? Matthew remembers the feeling of Duchance riding inside his skull. Crazy, inhuman strength out of nowhere. Going feral with hot... Yeah, I don't like that. And hot wires tearing up his insides. The ride on the F train afterward, cleaning the ghost's blood from under his nails with his Swiss Army knife. The ride uptown on the F train, cleaning the ghost's blood from under his nails with his Swiss Army knife. And he missed his stop on that ride uptown, but I don't think we need to put that in there. How did you change? Oh, did they even have a fucking cashier back then in the Apple store? Ooh. Ooh. Because now the guys like walk around with iPad. No, back then I think they had a cashier. I remember going down there at some point. Yeah, I think they had a fucking cashier. Now you introduced someone new to the show last night. Yeah, sorry we didn't do a show last night. I was just not feeling spectacular. I think tonight we'll probably have to do a man on the street show if they're planning on riding more. I'm gonna go see if I can soup up the motorcycle to where we can mount a camera on it, which would be kind of fun. Whew. Although I don't know how that would fucking work out. It'd probably be vibrating all over the fucking place. I wonder if I have enough rubber bands to make that happen. Yeah, like many thoughts in my mind at all times. Yeah, I got an idea of what I'm going to do. Okay. We'll tune in, whatever. Yeah, I am going to try and go live at 10 o'clock tonight. If I'm still feeling bad, I just have to power through it. This is our last chance to do a show for the month, and I need to post all the episodes and stuff. But yeah, so who's the new person? Like, did you just like show them some of the clips or whatever, or what's the deal there? I'm thinking about just making all the archives public again, because who gives a shit at this point? But I don't know. Yeah, it's been harder and harder for me to sleep lately. Friend's boyfriend, they came to hang and watch the show. Oh, that's fucking. I really just should have done a fucking show last night. I just didn't feel up for it or whatever. There, yeah, I don't know. Like a few times in the last few months, I had like a fucked up headache in the same spot, which I don't even like to think about or talk about or whatever. But we'll see. Yeah. You remember Obsenator had that fucking brain worm that they had to cut out of him there. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like that thought. This chapter is so long too, and the progress is so slow. Yeah, Obsenator had like this giant fucking brain tumor. It was like relatively benign though. They chopped it out of him. He's doing great now. But it was like the size of a fucking tangerine or something. No, not from Space Shards. This is like one of my homies from the military. He's been on the show before. If you're a scholar of LRH. But yeah. Man, can't fucking believe this. Look at all this shit. Look at these clothes, man. I got a MacBook. We're going to Costa Rica. Fuck yeah, Matthew smiles. They flag down a cab, and Matthew tells the driver, Newark Airport. Pronto. Fucking pronto. Jack Trade says, Holla. Gonna snug up next to this cute girl I found in my bed. Yeah, sorry we didn't have a show last night. We'll try to get something going tonight. But, yeah, well, let me see. I wish the rioters would post like a schedule so I can know when to go over there and cover them. But, yeah, we'll see what I can get done out here. Number one in the hood, G. Yeah, I've got this fucking camcorder that might be decent for... We'll see. Yeah. I'm thinking on her. Alright. Anyhow, I gotta think I gotta get some breakfast in me, I think. What's our time at? 7:56? How many more pages is this? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more pages. Well, let's fucking try it. Newark Airport, pronto. He would say fucking pronto. Six p.m. tonight. They'll be at the Barclay Center. Well, they got kicked the fuck out of the Barclay Center yesterday. Ooh, I should take a. If I'm smart, I'll take a fucking bicycle over there instead of a. Let me charge up the gimbal. Now that I'm thinking about it, but it would be much smarter to take a fucking bicycle over there, as opposed to a motorcycle, just because the fucking cops will be blocking streets and shit like that. Do I have a fucking respirator in case I get. I do not like tear gas one fucking bit. I don't know. Am I kind of contributing to the problem by being over there? Like, I know a lot of people that'd be mad at me if I went to a fucking riot. It's very. Oh yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think they'll do it. I don't know. Are they gonna do it again? I remember when Occupy Wall Street was like blocking off the fucking West Side Highway like a bunch of jackasses. It's such a pain in the ass. I was like riding my bicycle home from work, like working the like late shift, like an actual, and I see these assholes like standing out there in the middle of the street. And what the fuck do you think you're gonna do? Blocking traffic? It's so annoying. Oh, shout out to Andrew Austin. Wait a second. He says greetings from ATL. And the last thing he said was, damn dude, you ever sleep? Atlanta. Is that a real person? Or is that a fucking bot? Yeah, I don't know if you've said anything substantive. Well, whatever. You know, people are going to do what they're going to do. The driver is a Nigerian man with a deep voice and bloodshot eyes. He slings his cab out into traffic as horns blare all around them. Matthew's got his fingers crossed in the back seat, thinking, please, 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 let this work. All right, hold on. Yeah, actually, this is where we're going to have to stop. I hate to get halfway through a chapter, but we're at 296, and I'm out of gas here. I am a Nigerian cab driver. Don't ignore. Can you not gimmick on the fucking writing stream? Just do me that solid right there. There's so many other streams I have that you can gimmick on. On this one, we're relatively serious for the most part. I'm not here to. I mean, it is fun, but you know what? I'm just being kind of a grumpy asshole because my head hurts. So let me get the fuck out of here. Let's kill the stream. Now we've made some good progress on this chapter, but it's a full rewrite. I'm not satisfied with this amount, so I may come back on a little bit later today. But yeah, let me get like a fucking hamburger inside of me and see if I feel better.